Good morning, children. Welcome to our chemistry online class. In last class, we discussed about covalent bond, octet rule, and limitations of octet rule. So, we discussed about covalent bond. We know covalent bond is happening by the sharing of electrons. So, in Lewis and Cosel's theory, we already discussed there is one type of other bond. In that, we know there is transfer of electron. So if there is transfer of electron occurring, then what type of bond will be there and what type of compounds will be there. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about ionic bond and or electrovalent bond and about ionic compounds. So let's start. So from Cosel's and Lewis theory, we know that for the formation of ionic bond, it requires what? There is a transfer of electron. So what will happen if there is transfer of electron? So this formation of ionic bond occurs. For the formation of ionic bond, it is mainly depend upon the ease of the formation of positive and negative charge. For example, we can see that in Lewis and Cosel's theory, they are discussing about the formation of positive ion. What is we called for the positive ion? That is cation, and negative ion. There is a formation of negative ion also. We are calling it as anions. And for that, we can say that the ease of the formation of the cation and anion. There should be easiness. How we can identify this easiness? So, in the basis of Cosel's and Lewis theory, we know in the periodic table, if we check the periodic table, in the left side, which is having alkali metals, and the right side, we know the highly reactive halogens are there. So, we know alkali metals are highly electropositive in nature and halogens are highly electronegative in the nature. So, they are separated by noble gases. So, what is the ease of the formation of cation? For that, we know if we take the example of sodium chloride, sodium having so if we check sodium, it's having outer electronic configuration, that is neons and 3s1, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. And if it is donating one electron to chlorine, if we check chlorine's electronic configuration, 3s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. That is, if we check the general electronic configuration, sodium's atomic number is 11, so its electronic configuration will be 281. And if we check with chlorine, its atomic number is 17, so it is 287. So if sodium donate one electron towards chlorine, then both will be form octet. So we know according to Lewis and Cosel's theory, for the formation or for the establishment of octet, what the elements will do? They will undergo changes, that is they will donate or accept electron, that is electron transfer occurring. So, and they will attain the noble gas configuration. If you check here, if sodium donates one electron, that is sodium plus Cl minus. So sodium, if sodium donate one electron, it will become sodium ion, that is cation, which is bearing positive charge. So, and minus, and it will form the configuration of neon. So neon having noble gas configuration. So in the case of chlorine, it is accepting one electron, so it will become chlorate ion, that is having 288 configuration, that is configuration of argon. So thus the formation of then this sodium ion and chloride ion combines together to form neutral compound sodium chloride. So similarly, calcium fluoride formation is there, magnesium chloride formation is there. There are so many ionic compounds are there. So then how can we define an ionic bond? Ionic bond is a bond in between a cation and anion, which is held together by the strong force called electrostatic force of attraction. So there is the electrostatic force of attraction. Why it is known as electrostatic force of attraction? We know in this compounds there is a cation and anion. Cation having positive charge and anion having negative charge. So there are oppositely charged. This oppositely charged particles having an attraction between them. We know positive charge, oppositely charge will always attract. So there is due to this transfer of electron, there is a bond formed. In this bond, the anion and cation are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. So we can define ionic or electrovalent bond as why it is known as electrovalent bond, because we know in an atom the elements, the electrons in the outer shell will undergo the transformation. So this electrovalent, the valence electron will undergo the bond formation. That's why it is also known as electrovalent bond or ionic bond. It is known as ionic bond because there is a formation of ions, positive ion and negative ion. So thus it is known as ionic bond and or electrocovalent bond. So it is mainly depend upon the ease of the formation of positive and negative ions from the respective neutral atom. So if an element having the ability to easily form a positive ion, that is cation, and an element having the ability to form a negative ion easily, then we can call it as the ionic bond will form easily. Mainly, for example, we can, and this ionic compound will be solid form, for example sodium chloride, calcium fluoride, etc. So we'll discuss in next class about the factors affecting ionic bond. We'll detailedly deal with this. Okay, hope you understood what is ionic bond and the based on Cosel's-Lewis theory how easily a ionic bond form. Okay, so most of the ionic compound will form in between alkali metals and halogens because they are highly reactive and they have only one electron in the outermost shell. So in order to attain the stability, they will lose, and the alkali metals lose and halogens gains electron. So there is very easiness for the formation of ionic bond. So in next class we'll discuss more about ionic bond and the factors affecting ionic bond. Thank you.